What's up, friends? Welcome into Rock Chalk Sports here on ESPN Kansas City and KansasNation.com. Live on Facebook, live on YouTube as well, with Elijah Schmidt and Trey Myers behind the camera tonight. Alongside Dan Courtwright, I am Sean Kellerman. Thanks for joining us as always. Got a full show for you with a very special guest that we'll tell you about here in just a bit. But we're going to open the show as God intended it with a little cup check for you.
Cup check.
As the World Cup final is set. It's going to be Spain against Argentina out of nowhere. The Argentinians. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Knock off the
Look at me
English.
like that. Yeah, yes,
okay,
English.
Okay. I don't know. I'm second guessing
Englishman?
everything right now. That can't be right.
I feel like I've heard that before.
Argentina and Spain in the World Cup
Englanders.
final. And again, I forget that there is a third place game. So France and England will do battle, which is just interesting because we're not used to that.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Like, you don't have the two Final Four losers face each other.
It's like the War of 1812. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, perfect. Right. Easy there. But yeah, next segment.
Soon? Oh, yeah, too soon for the War of 1812?
Too soon.
Yeah.
Next segment, we are
still
bringing
fresh.
on a special guest via Zoom. It's going to be S'Mya Nichols, three-time All-Big 12 performer, who is really becoming one of the best Kansas women's basketball players of all time. In fact, if her career was done, you could say that she's certainly in that category, and she's got more work to do. She's going to break down this upcoming season for us, talk to us about some of her new teammates, both via transfer and via freshman. So excited to talk to one of the stars here at KU, S'Mya Nichols, via Zoom next segment. Following that, we're doing a little players era chatter, some KU men's basketball talk. We talked about a prospective player that Kansas might be getting, a 7-footer, Mihailo Musicic.
Yes.
Who Jayhawks Slant says will be committing to KU if deemed eligible by the
Henry
NCAA.
Greenstein says not.
Henry Greenstein says it is not
Nothing
a done deal, which is why we're a little bit more tentative on that part, but interesting news or potential news for KU men's basketball. But yeah, some game times came out. I know people love game times. I certainly do. For the Players Era 8 that Kansas will be participating in the week before Thanksgiving. So we'll let you know everything on that front. And then, Dan, a special fantasy draft.
Yeah, I actually got this idea from Henry. Henry Greenstein. So
because I would have selected this, but you're going to select it as one of your. I know exactly where you're going with this.
What?
Henry gave you the idea yesterday because yesterday was your birthday.
Correct.
And he said you shouldn't have to work on your birthday, I assume. And I assume you said you're right.
We said on the show, I said on the show that if you have any birthday-related draft ideas or any draft ideas in general, text them to me. Henry texted me with 3, and I liked all 3 of them, but I'm going with this one. We're doing a draft of days that should be holidays but aren't.
Right. What I was getting at was your birthday. Your personal birthday should be a yes. Okay. So
should be.
I was right.
I'm not even going to pick that, though.
Yes.
I like going to work.
That is funny that you said it on the show. I really do just tune out when you talk.
I know it.
I mean, it's
I know
crazy.
it, man.
I don't remember that at all. Anyway, yeah. I'm excited for that, though. I have some good ideas. Days that should be holidays but are not. There are some days that it's just a little bit harder to come into work, even when you work at an awesome place like this.
Oh, for sure.
Even when you work. I mean, it's just like if I
Every
see
day's a holiday for us,
I have to look at that guy one more time, it's just tough. After that, some NBA Summer League updates from some guys in action last night and tonight. And then we are going to finish our Kansas football opponent outlook segment with a look at Oklahoma State. Everybody says KU is going to lose this game. Why? I don't know. I think they're worried about Drew Mestemaker. Springer, Lotta says we're going to lose every game.
Sure.
Springer also is not very confident at the schedule. We need some more optimism from our guests. I mean, Greeny tells it how it is, but he can find the good things.
Yeah.
Springer, negative. Lotta, negative.
I want more blind optimism. I think blind optimism is my favorite kind of optimism.
I think you have enough for everybody. I think that's why it's okay for us to bring on.
We're going 12-0. We're winning the national championship.
We do love Shreyas and Nick. I want to put that out there. But, sometimes we don't want to hear their answers even if they are right.
Right.
At times. But anyway, Kansas City Sports Network, by the way, Pay Heat Podcast with Nick Springer and Shreyas Lotta. All right, Dan, I heard you had a crazy, crazy story from your birthday yesterday that you wanted to get into this opening segment. You guys won't believe what went down on Dan's birthday celebration. You think that you get older and things get less crazy, but why don't you tell everybody right now this ridiculous story from last night?
I have nothing. He's doing this because I did nothing. What I did is I went to dinner with my parents. That's it.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Where'd you go?
We went to Merchants.
That's right.
Shout out to my cousin Jackie, by the way.
Did you get a free dessert?
Yes, I did. I got the panna cotta. It's like pudding. I don't know. It's good. It's really yummy. I got the Korean fried chicken. Yes, my favorite flavor is free. Got the Korean fried chicken. Shout out to Jackie. She's the operating partner now over at Merchants. So she was the general manager for a long time. That's my cousin. She was at the wedding, by the way.
Yeah. Did she have a seat at the wedding?
She did. You did not.
Wow, that's amazing.
But yeah, she's now the operating partner, which means she's like part owner, which is really cool. So shout out to Jackie. She hooked us up with some appetizers too, so that was fun. That's literally all I did. Yeah. After work, we went to Merchants, and then I ate food. My sister came down with her with her children, so I saw my
Kayla
nephews.
And Dalton, by the way.
Yeah, Dalton was working, so it was just Kayla and the boys. My two nephews, my parents were there. My parents got me a FIFA World Cup T-shirt. They also got me a fun like toy racetrack thing, which that is like that to me. Because you've played the game Racetrack, like the drinking game with cards, right?
Horse races?
Yeah, horse race.
Yeah.
So this is an actual horse race like game, and it could be a very fun drinking game.
I would dabble.
I'm down, dude. That's gonna be so much fun. So they got me that. That was a lot of fun. And then we went to Dick's Sporting Goods, and then we went home and watched our show. It's called Silo. It's actually getting worse. It's on Apple TV, so
that's good.
Yeah, that's all I did on my birthday. Nothing crazy. On Friday, we are going to eat and then go to see the Odyssey. Mm-hmm. Very excited about the Odyssey. That's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to go watch that movie. But yeah, that's. I did nothing for my birthday.
Jackie, you said over at Merchants, right?
Yes.
I do remember actually seeing her name when I was looking up and down for my name on wedding reception. I could not find my name. I saw Jackie's on there, and then I kept looking. I was looking for my name. I was looking for my wife's name. I saw Elijah's name, and I saw Nick's name, and I saw Shreyas' name. I couldn't find my name anywhere. I do remember seeing Jackie's. Never did find my name.
Are you ever going to let this go?
So then I went and sat by the bathrooms in the back, and just prayed that nobody saw me go get a plate of food, since I obviously wasn't somebody that was taken into account.
Look at this. You were going to sit at the front with us, but then we're like, oh, we'll figure it out because we only had so much room at the front. So we're like, all right, we'll figure something out. We're going to move another table or something like that, and then we just completely forgot to write you down.
Oh my
God! You still were able to sit down.
Just be thankful that I didn't see that list before the ceremony was supposed to happen, because you were not going to have an officiant.
Oh man, yeah, that is fair. Yeah. I did say you were invited to the wedding. You weren't. I'd never said you were invited to the reception.
I did. So. I did feel better once you were bartending, and I gave you $1.
You did.
Instead of a dollar dance, I was like, I ain't giving this dude more than $1.
You could have given me nothing, and I would have been okay with that.
Yeah.
That was fun. Instead of I can't remember if we talked about this on the show. Instead of the dollar dance, me and my now wife bartended for tips, which was the best. I mean, that was just so much fun because both of us were bartenders at Town Royal back in Emporia. Shout out Town Royal. So yeah, that was a lot of fun, and I was just over there pouring drinks. A little bit of a heavy hand. Sorry, everybody. But yeah, that was a blast. No, but I literally did absolutely nothing for my birthday. Well, I mean, you didn't do anything for your 35th birthday.
I do not remember.
I mean, I went out to eat with my parents, my sister.
I seriously feel like, so I've had 3 Father's Days and 3 birthdays since Ava was born.
Sure.
And I feel like what we've done...
She hasn't gotten you a damn thing.
That's not true. But I feel like what we've done every time is go and get a schooner at Louise's.
Sure.
And she has to drink DNA.
Of course.
But, you know what I'm talking about.
Of course I do.
But yeah, I don't know. We've kept it pretty chill since that happened.
Birthdays they're just kind of nothing burgers now.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
you're a buzzsaw. They're not nothing burgers. You're just.
I don't know. I'm not a buzzsaw. I mean, I don't want to have like a big birthday bash. Like I'm not turning 16. Like it's
big birthday bashes are fun, man. You should get back into it.
Maybe I should. Maybe for the old big 2-9, I'll have a big birthday bash. I'll have a themed birthday or something along those lines.
You do have a summer birthday, and spring and summer are made for backyard fun. If you are like me and you've got kids running through the grass, nothing ruins time outside more than fleas, ticks, and chiggers. That's why families trust Custom Lawn and Landscape to help keep their lawns beautiful and protected all season long. Our home insect control program helps defend your yard from those pesky bugs so your pets and loved ones can enjoy the outdoors more comfortably and safely. Right now, when you sign up for the season, your first application is absolutely free. That's right, your first application is free. A simple way to take back your backyard this spring and summer. Visit CustomLawn.com to schedule your free first application with the Seasonal Insect Control Program. Custom Lawn and Landscape, helping you love your lawn without the bugs. Little cup check for you.
Cup check.
Spain and Argentina, as the Argentinians try to go back-to-back. They got 2 late goals to upend England, your boys. And now Messi and company are on to the championship, which is going to be at MetLife Stadium coming up on July 19th, which is Sunday. England got a goal early in the second half from Anthony Gordon, but then it was Enzo Fernandez and Lautaro Martinez. Fernandez in the 88th minute, Martinez in extra time. Back-to-back goals for Argentina. And Argentina, who, Dan, has been dead in the water multiple times this World Cup, somehow wins. Was it Japan that they were down?
Egypt.
Egypt, that's right.
Egypt, they were down 2-0, and they scored 3 goals in 13 minutes.
Absolutely ridiculous. So they got it done again. Messi had both assists, by the way, to those 2 goal scorers for Argentina. He's got 8 goals this tournament, remaining tied with Kylian Mbappe. He'll have one more game. Technically, Mbappe will as well because they've got the third-place game that I spoke of. But Spain, they're going to be small favorites. I think I saw Spain is minus 154, Argentina's plus 134 for the 90-minute money line on Sunday. But, yeah, do you think – I mean, it's in the stars for Argentina, or do you think that Spain is going to continue to put it together? Because Spain's got to be feeling really good about themselves after that 2-0 win over France.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like you can never bet against Argentina is what it feels like, right? I mean, they were dead in the water against Egypt. They had a couple of games where they were just completely dead in the water. And then, they just come out of nowhere, and Messi is so – I mean, that shout out to Messi, man. I mean, having those 2 assists, very unselfish of him. Ronaldo would never. Ronaldo would be kicking both of those and probably hitting the crossbar or soaring it over. But Messi, he's making that extra pass, making sure that they get the goals. Argentina tilted that field, too. I mean, you look at the possessions. They had 64% of the possession. England only had 36% of the possession, but they got a goal. They didn't have – I mean, they had a big chance, and they capitalized on it. It was 1-0, and I started chanting, like, it's coming home. It was incredible. By the way, question for you. Is there a 3rd place or a 2nd place trophy? Probably not, right?
I doubt it. I don't
Can't imagine there is. Also, another question, because I understand it's like all of these guys play for different clubs around the world. Mm-hmm. Where does the trophy go? Because there's not like an owner of the Argentinian team, right?
We should look that up.
What, like, is it just like in somebody's house? Like, do they put it in a museum? I don't understand. Like, where does do they have a big headquarters? Does the U.S. men's national team have a headquarters somewhere?
Well, the original solid gold FIFA World Cup trophy is permanently kept at the FIFA Museum in Zurich, Switzerland.
Okay.
So,
why is it in Switzerland?
I don't know. That's just where the FIFA Museum is.
Okay.
That must be where it stays.
Okay. I mean, you would think that they would, like, each player would get it for a allotted amount of time. Kind of like I know they do that with the Super Bowl trophy, with the Vince Lombardi trophy, with the Larry O'Brien trophy. Like, each player will get it for like a week or something. Like, it'll travel around for
that's pretty sweet.
A year, and then, they'll put it back in a trophy case. But, like, where's the trophy case for Team Argentina?
Now you know.
Now, okay.
So you're right. They probably get it. They'll have it for the parade, and then coaches, players will get to keep it for a little bit, and eventually, I guess it goes back to Switzerland.
Okay. I mean, whatever.
Is that what I said? Is that where I said it was?
Switzerland? Zurich, Switzerland. But yeah, I mean, a lot of fun, a very fun game. I mean, not a lot of shots for England, but they were able to capitalize on at least one of them. They only had 2 shots on goal. Argentina had 5 shots on goal and, only made 2 of them, especially late. But, that's the thing. Is like when you look at this Argentina team, whenever you think they're completely dead in the water, they're going to come out and emerge. And, Spain looked really good against France. I'm not going to, sugarcoat that. Lamine Yamal is a fantastic player, one of the best players in the world right now. But, I mean, it's just, it feels like you said, kind of written in the stars for Argentina.
Maybe so. And to close out what we're talking about with the trophy, each winning team is given a gold plate bronze replica, which is referred to as the World Cup Winners' Trophy, rather than just the World Cup trophy.
Sure.
I don't really understand. It looks like there was a trophy from 1930 to 1970 that Brazil was able to keep for winning it 3 times, but the same sentiment has not been upheld for the newer trophy. Had it been the same, Germany would have kept the World Cup trophy in 2014.
So it's kind of like the Stanley Cup.
Because they also, so basically I think they get a replica of it, but it lives in Switzerland. So,
okay.
Whatever. That's cool.
That.
But yeah. Interesting thing that we're going to be seeing constantly over the next 2 days. Everybody out there has seen it a million times already. I thought it was like AI. I thought it was one of those like where Bill Self is giving Bruce Weber a piggyback ride or something because he's his dad, something like that. It's a legitimate collection of photos of Leo Messi 20 years ago, 19 years ago, whenever it was. The only verb I can use, bathing.
Yeah.
Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
And
when he was a baby.
It's an actual thing to where I was reading up on this, as I'm sure a lot of people did. They were like, what is this? Because those are 2 of the best soccer players in the world. Leo Messi is 39. Lamine Yamal is 19. A legitimate thing where Yamal's parents had entered into this contest to meet and greet Messi, correct?
Yes. So
and have a photo shoot with him. And legitimately, it's a baby in a bath. And Messi is bathing. I guess we could have put it up on, but then you just see it everywhere.
If you haven't seen it already, you're living under a rock. But so apparently back in 2007, UNICEF, they had a raffle to take a picture with a Barcelona player. And just happened to be Messi was called up to Barcelona. Lamine's family won, and now they went over to Camp Nou, and they had Lamine Yamal as a baby take a picture with Leo Messi, and Leo Messi is, probably, I guess it was 19, then he's probably, gosh, how old would he have been then?
He would have been 20.
Yeah, he would have been 20 years old. So 20-year-old Messi just giving Lamine Yamal a bath, and now they're going to be facing off against each other in World Cup. It is such a weird coincidence. Very odd coincidence.
It's weird in general.
You wrote down a very funny question in the rundown.
Yes.
Do you want to read it?
Who is the most famous person to ever give you a bath?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Do you have anybody?
I don't think so. No.
I don't have anybody either.
Either when you were a child or when you were an adult?
No.
Okay.
I don't think anybody famous has ever given me a bath.
Okay.
But certainly not Leo Messi.
Right. I mean, for you, it'd be Chris Courtwright.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably it. Right. Yeah, I don't know how many people my parents let bathe me.
Shout out to CC, by the way. Anything you need to know about Star Bonds as it relates to the stadiums here in Kansas City,
that is very
he'll
true.
Fill you in on.
That's so weird. It is so strange that Leo Messi,
it's a strange situation as is. As a 20-year-old,
it's crazy that it's crazy that his parents won that raffle, and B, it's just so weird that they're like, all right, I got a great idea. Actually, hold on, let me. What if you give this baby a bath?
And that it happened to be Messi.
Yeah.
And again, the fact that Yamal has legitimately become one of the best players in the world.
He's so good. He was a fat baby too.
He's
a big boy.
I love a good fat baby.
I mean, he's relatively thin now, but he was a big boy.
He's very thin now.
He's a big old baby. This tweet says, I guess apparently Messi was like super shy and he didn't know how to hold a baby.
That makes sense. He's only 20.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Also, I do like Messi because of the fact that he's not your prototypical most famous person in the world. You know what I mean? Like it's very much like I don't know.
Yeah, he has done well for himself. I mean, financially and
Yes.
otherwise, if you know, you know. But
he could be a jerk.
Guy.
He could be a jerk, but he's not.
I think the only person more humble than Messi
is me.
Is you.
And honestly, I wouldn't even say that. Like, I think I'm the most humble person, maybe in the world. I don't think I've ever met a single person who's more humble than me.
You haven't met Messi though. Maybe he's more humble than you.
No way. There's no way he's more humble than me. I'm the most humble person that I can think of. I'm the most humble person that you've ever met. Most humble person that anybody's ever met. It's me.
Yeah, you are incredibly humble.
Incredibly
You'll be
humble.
the first to say that. Spain minus 150 on DraftKings. Argentina plus 130 for the 90-minute money line. And then we do have France and, the awkward third-place game. France and England going down. That's going to be Saturday at 4 before Sunday's championship.
I guess France is minus 210 in that one. England is plus 165.
Dude, everybody was loving France. They were kind of coasting until they ran into a buzzsaw of Spain.
Yeah. Trey Myers was loving France, too. So Kylian Mbappe is going to be the greatest FIFA World Cup player of all time.
It was going to be the greatest prediction of all time by me and you, the fact that we would have plucked Spain and England as the two in the championship, but your boys let us down.
They blew it.
Bummer. Hey, after this, really special guest is going to join us, S'Mya Nichols, the all-time women's basketball player. I mean, she's best free throw shooter we've ever had. She's hit the most free throws ever. One of the greatest of all time. She's going to join us via Zoom to talk about the 2026-2027 season. That's next right here on Rock Chalk Sports, ESPN Kansas City, KansasNation.com. Welcome back to Rock Chalk Sports here on KansasNation.com. Thanks for listening, everybody, over on ESPN Kansas City. Going to be joined very shortly on Zoom here by a special guest. First, I want to tell you about our partners over at Crown Automotive. Miles Schneier and his team will get you in the vehicle that you need. If you're shopping new, if you're shopping used, check them out online, crownautomotive.com, or check out their great selection on South Iowa here in Lawrence. All right, we're going to bring on that special guest via Zoom. It is the KU women's basketball program's all-time leader in free throws made, second at 38 games, scoring 20-plus points. She's seventh in assists. S'Mya Nichols, she is in the top 10 in career scoring with nearly 1,700 points. Her career free throw percentage of nearly 84% and career three-point percentage of 40.5%, both ranked third in school history. A two-time WBCA All-America honorable mention honoree and three-time All-Big 12 first-team selection. S'Mya, thank you so much for joining us. I know it's been a busy summer, but appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Just kind of catch us up on what the past few months have been. I know there's a lot of buzz around this program, and you guys are working hard to have your best season yet.
Yeah, I mean, we already know we finished our previous season, and we did have a really good break in May. We came back June, maybe second week, and we've been attacking since day one. So just getting to know the girls and seeing our dynamic on the court.
Yeah, absolutely. And S'Mya, I mean, just a question kind of about you being at Kansas. Obviously, you're from Kansas City, and, that's been a kind of a big part of what Brandon has done in terms of recruiting the Kansas City area, right? I mean, you look at Jalea Davis, you look at, Sanaya Copeland from last year. I mean, it feels like everybody that comes in just kind of like knows you already, almost. That's what it kind of feels like. I mean, talk about the pride that you have, I guess, of, being one of the best basketball players of all time here at Kansas, just down the road from where you grew up.
Yeah, I think it's a surreal feeling just knowing that I was here for 4 years, like just going on my fourth year. I clearly enjoy it to be here, but it's no better feeling than just wearing Kansas across my chest. That's who I represent. That's where I grew up. That's for the people who supported me here in Kansas, so why not stay and be supported by those who supported me when I was younger in the first place.
One of KU women's basketball's finest, S'Mya Nichols, joining us here via Zoom on Rock Chalk Sports. S'Mya, we have so much we want to ask you about regarding this roster. Like I said, there's so much excitement regarding some of the newcomers, but also, you and Jalea are coming back. It kind of starts there. We like to say you guys are the straw that stirs the drink, but you're also bringing back Brittany Harshaw, Libby Fandel. Before we get into some of the newcomers, just talk about kind of the camaraderie and the chemistry that you guys have after playing at least 1 year together.
Yeah, I would say, for one of the most important things that, like, in basketball in general, is just being blunt and straightforward, especially on the court. We're establishing that dominance that we can be, let's say, I guess we can just be straightforward and to the point with a stern tone. And then we're off the court. It's like dilly dally, laugh and everything. I think that is one of the things that we lacked the most because we were just such, sweet girls. It's okay, next play. But like, I think that we need to start playing more as like it's not okay, and we're not going to play until we get this right. So I think that's one of the things that we have really owned down to this summer, especially the return, and then just giving that same energy to the newcomers as well.
Yeah, really well said. And off the jump, I got to ask you about kind of your relationship with Jalea, because, again, you two are who everybody nationally and certainly locally as well will point to as, you guys are going to take this team very far. Everybody feels very confident about that. But how did you see her grow, and how did your relationship grow last year, maybe from the beginning to the end? Because it's a 1-2 punch that we feel we would put up against any women's basketball program in the country.
My trust in Leah is like endless. I trust her so much, especially on the court, but off the court as well. She comes through as a person, as a teammate, through it all. I would say she's grown so much when it comes to the leadership part of it. She's just being a lot more dominant in practice, using her voice, being vocal. And then one thing really important about Julia that I don't talk about the most is just how important she is to the culture of our team, and her setting the standard for those who are already young, just like she is. She basically just sets a standard, a baseline. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to be, no matter the age or the expectations that you do have.
Kansas women's basketball's S'Mya Nichols joins the show here via Zoom. And S'Mya, I wanted to talk to you about, just your longevity here at the University of Kansas. I mean, this is going to be your 4th year here. And, technically, I guess with the new rule, you would be able to get an extra one. I won't ask you about that. I don't know how much thought you've put into that quite yet. But, I mean, just looking at it in theory, this is going to be your last go around. I mean, what's something that you want to kind of get out there for, some of the, national media people, and, what's something that you've really been working on kind of in this offseason heading into this 4th year?
I would say I'm honestly just been really content and just living life every single day and like not thinking of the future, because it could possibly be my last year. It also could not, but I just never know. So this could be my very last year just being here. So I think one of the most things that I've been doing is just being present, especially this summer. Goals, you're basically saying, right? You're just saying goals that I would want media. Whatever makes it out. Whatever makes it out in the media. I don't have anything specific to tell you. But whatever's meant to make it out, that's what's gonna be on the media for me.
Yeah, certainly makes sense. Also, you look at this, I mean, Coach Brandon has done such a good job in terms of getting, a lot of talent, especially at the high school level, to come to Kansas. You look at Jalea from last year. You look at Sydney Bryant this year, right? Brooklyn Wren, Molly Ernstes. What are you seeing out of this group in particular of freshmen who are coming into Kansas?
Every single freshman that I've seen so far has been stellar when it comes to the communication piece and just being on the court as well. And then one thing I will say about Kansas, it is really hard not to commit here. So I am not surprised that we're getting all of these really good players. I'm not surprised by it at all. It is really hard to say no to Kansas.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're excited to see what those new freshmen can bring to the table. Yeah, because, everybody's confident with Jalea down low. But as Dan said, Sydney Bryant and Brooklyn Wren, I mean, they're coming in as freshmen. I would say, Kansas had a really good rim protector in Tiana Jackson a few years back, but I know that Coach Brandon has talked about, hey, that's something that we want to get. And it seems like those two in particular can be a rim protector for you guys on the defensive side, which just adds another element to your team.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I definitely agree. It enhances our defensive side. And then I think Sydney adds even more to the offensive as well. So
yeah, looking forward to seeing them out there as well. And then let's talk about a couple of the transfers that we expect to be impact players right away. Anna Gooden comes over from Colorado. Of course, you have some experience going up against her. And then Mariah Noel, speaking of local kids, she comes over from Xavier by way of Ole Miss. Numbers 0 and 1 respectively coming to the KU roster. Tell us a little bit about Anna Gooden and Mariah Noel.
Yes, Anna, super goofy. Off the court, the goofiest person ever. She has her goofy moments on the court as well. But she works super hard. She is dripping in sweat. She's the sweatiest person by the end of the practice. She's dripping. She's running hard no matter how tired she is, no matter how confused she is. She's asking questions. Very present. Very, very present. And then Mariah, for one, just super grateful to just be back home. I think that's amazing. That's amazing for her. And then the way that she's just picking up different things and learning it and then executing it while we're playing in live action, I think Mariah will be an amazing addition to this team. And she has already shown so many great qualities as well.
And talk about some of the returners as well, because you have Libby coming back. Libby started quite a few games from last year, and we can see the progression that's coming out of her, Brittany Harshaw as well. I mean, what are you seeing out of some of those returners, those girls that you already have that chemistry built up with?
I like to say just leadership. I know that I say that a lot, but I really don't believe that there should just be 1 or 2 leaders on a team. I feel like everybody should hold a leadership quality. And I think Libby has definitely been a great leader to our incoming freshmen. And that comes with like planning things off the court, just making sure that we're hanging out together and making sure our culture stays the same or even gets even better. And then Brittany shows up every single day with a smile on her face and puts 100% on the court every single day. She's also one of the kids who, kids as if like we're not the same age. She's also one of my teammates who come in around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock a.m. just to get her workouts in. And we don't start till later in the day anyways. But again, those are the things where I say like the leadership and setting standards and setting expectations for those who are new so they can follow your lead.
Yeah, absolutely. S'Mya Nichols joins the show via Zoom. And S'Mya, I mean, you've been getting a lot of national buzz in terms of like WNBA mock drafts and different things along those lines. Is that something that you look at, or, I mean, do you kind of tune any of that stuff out? I guess what's your mindset about kind of all that national buzz going around your name?
Yes, it's super cool. I would say it's super cool. And it's cool just to see like the next step and what it could be. I would not say that I look for it. They're honestly mostly sent to me. I'm a very content, humble, authentically me person. Like I'm mostly just in my bubble. So I love it. I smile at it, but I don't let it get over my head. Like I still have a whole nother season to go to.
Absolutely. And you did a great job earlier talking about how you're kind of soaking in the moment, you know, later in your career. That's definitely something that a lot of athletes do. So understand that for sure. Talk about kind of your game, S'Mya. I mean, we've seen, I listed off some of the accolades, 3 years here at Kansas, all Big 12 first team performer each year. You've gotten recognized. You've been on the Lieberman list. You've been on the Wooden Award watch list throughout your career here at KU. What do you think personally you need to hone in on to become the best basketball player you can be?
I would say defense, like defensively, just trying to be a little bit more solid, especially to take it to the next level. And then I would just different moves. I think I've been working on a lot every single day. I've had workouts every single day that are just individual and just trying to add different things to my bag. I forgot the second half of the question. I'm sorry.
No, you hit on it, but if you want to expand on the goals that this team has, I know you touched on it a little bit earlier, but you know, maybe it's not the best question to be asking on July 16th when you guys are still getting to know each other a little bit, summer workouts, but kind of conversations you guys have behind closed doors about goals for this Kansas women's basketball team heading into 26-27.
Yeah. I will be very honest with you. We have not had a goal conversation yet, just because we're in our first 2 months and we have to make sure we're close enough to really understand where everybody's from. But I will say everybody's goal is to win, and I can tell. by the way that everybody is in the gym, honestly. And the way that everybody just preaches each other and hyping each other up, for one. That's one of the things. Everyone just wants to see each other win.
Yeah, absolutely. S'Mya Nichols joins the show via Zoom. And S'Mya, I mean, one thing that over the course of your career watching you, something that sticks out to me is your toughness, right? I mean, your ability to get downhill and create, draw those fouls, and you're, always getting banged up down there on the ground. I mean, that's what a true tough basketball player is. I guess, what's your mindset, going into these games, understanding that like you're going to be on the ground quite a bit, like trying to draw these fouls, trying to, get in there and against, arguably some taller girls, and just getting there to the free throw line. Just talk about the toughness that comes along with your game.
I just do it. It just seems like it's for me. I have nothing for you besides it's something that I do. It's something that I'm comfortable with, and I just happen to do it well. No matter how beat up I am, I had a bad ankle. I had a bad ankle last season, and I just feel like no matter what, I was going to go out there and play for my teammates, play for my coaches, the fans that came out, and then play for myself. Like, it's Kansas across my chest, on my jersey, where I'm from. Like, nothing hurts. It's a game.
Yeah, well, we're continuing to pump you and the ladies up here on Kansas Nation. I guess last thing for you, S'Mya, and really, really appreciate your time here in the middle of summer workouts. Just kind of a message to the fans, because the fans are seeing the energy, the ascent of Kansas women's basketball, and the amount of talent that you guys have for this upcoming season. What do you want to say to Jayhawk Nation here as you enter year 4 in Lawrence?
Yes, please come and support us. We love when you guys come to our games. You guys give us so much fire, so much heat. And we play for you guys for sure. Just thank you for the 4 years. Also, like, thank you for the 4 years of supporting me. I took a lot of pride in it, and I thank everybody for coming and just supporting me.
Women's basketball All-American and all-time Jayhawk, S'Mya Nichols. Thank you so much for your time, S'Mya, on Zoom today. Hopefully we can catch up a little bit later, perhaps as the season gets closer. But good luck with summer workouts, and we're so excited to watch you guys throughout the next season.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. That's S'Mya Nichols joining us here on Zoom. More coming up on Rock Chalk Sports. Got a loaded show for you here. As always, ESPN Kansas City and KansasNation.com. Big shout out to KU women's basketball player S'Mya Nichols joining us last segment. Interesting, Dan, you can tell that it is July 16th, and still getting to know the players. That's one thing we don't talk about a lot because we just look at names on a roster, but they got to come together, they got to mesh. We see the stars, we see the notes, the recruiting, whatever you want to call it, but they still got to become a team, and definitely still in that phase.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a learning curve, especially when you're only, a month maybe into summer workouts. You're not fully doing an install yet in terms of, set plays or anything like that. I mean, you're still trying to figure out how to play with these girls. But again, you do have a nice core coming back with Jalea Davis, with S'Mya Nichols. Libby Fandel, I think, is going to take a nice step up. Brittany Harshaw, I think, is going to be a really nice piece to this team.
Reagan
where we
Williams,
saw,
too.
Yeah, Reagan Williams. Like you had said that. Like Reagan Williams, to me, is such an under talked about player for this Kansas women's basketball team because of the fact that you have Sydney Bryant at the 5, Jalea Davis at the 4. Reagan plays the 4 as well, but whenever Reagan is in, she's a game changer. You know what I mean? So if Kansas ever wants to go, absolutely big lineup and put Jalea maybe at the 3 and, Reagan at the 4, Sydney Bryant at the 5 or something along those lines, there could be a little bit of a rotation there with those 3. But Kansas has one of the best front courts in the nation right now with those 3 kind of heading that front court. And then you look at the back court with just being led by S'Mya Nichols, and you have a couple of really nice additions coming over as well. Anna Gooden coming over. You have Mariah Noel transferring over from Xavier, so she's going to be a big-time player too. So, yeah, Libby Fandel, like I said, I mean, just this team is shaping up to be a very good team, but they have to have the results, and that's what we didn't see last year. You could see the bones were there, right? Elle Evans, one of the best shooters in the nation, right? Libby, the Lilymeister, she was a really nice center, nice rebounder, good defender. Everything was there, but it just didn't come together, and they seemed to, just be on the short end of the stick every time the clock hit zero. So I think that this year is going to be a little bit different, right? S'Mya Nichols, I mean, you could tell she's really honing in on just winning basketball games this year.
Yeah, and again, this is a top 25 caliber roster that we talked about. And, S'Mya, somebody who, like she said, she's appearing on WNBA mock drafts. She could potentially have 2 more years here at KU, in which case she would break pretty much every record.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she's talented. Hopefully she has her best season yet, because if she and Jalea Davis both have really productive, really healthy seasons, and you get something that you're expecting from Anna Gooden, Mariah Noel, and, contributions, like I said, from a rim protection standpoint of Brooklyn Wren and Sydney Bryant. I mean, I think there's definitely a ceiling of this team that other KU women's basketball teams haven't seen. So we'll wait and see. Heinen Outdoor Power Equipment, partners of us here at Kansas Nation. HeinenOPE.com. Visit them at 1795 East 1500 Road here in Lawrence. They also have a Valley Falls, Kansas location. But, yeah, if you're looking for tractors, power sports, trailers, lawnmowers, whatever it is, they've got great deals going on over at Heinen. Again, Heinen Outdoor Power Equipment. Visit them online as well at HeinenOPE.com. Dan, we've got a cool event coming up on Saturday that you're going to be at. KU football partnering with The Good Game. They've got a Meet the Team tour. It's for kids who are signed up ages 1st grade to 8th grade, and you get an opportunity to meet the team, go through some drills, train like a Jayhawk, and perhaps we'll see some future Jayhawks out there, but we'll have some content on our Kansas Nation socials as well. Excited for that.
Yeah, really excited for that. I'm going to be out there, trying to get some interviews with some guys as well, so it should be a lot of fun in terms of the content side for us. But, yeah, I mean, in terms of, local kids in the area, it's going to be so much fun. It's the Meet the Team tour brought to you by The Good Game with KU football. Like you said, it's boys and girls entering 1st through 8th grade this upcoming fall. They can participate in football drills, skill stations, games, activities, alongside all the current KU football players. It should be a ton of fun. You can still go online. I have the link on our social media pages. I made a post about it yesterday, but just Google The Good Game Meet the Team Tour KU football. It should pop up right there. It's not too late because there are still plenty of spots available. So if you want to go out there, meet some of your Jayhawk heroes, some of the KU football players that are going to be these impact guys, potentially future NFL guys. Who knows? It should be a ton of fun. So like I said, be sure to just Google The Good Game. It's thegoodgame.com/KU Athletics. It's kind of a long link, so I'm not going to say it all here, but be sure to go check that out on all of our social media platforms as well. Like I said, I'm going to be out there. Me and Jimmy Kaufman are going to be out there from Sports Radio 810 WHB. Going to be setting up a little table, trying to get a bunch of interviews as well. So it should be a ton of fun. Be sure to sign up now. Find it on all of our social media platforms. Find it on the Good Games platforms. KU Athletics actually just posted about it too. So, be sure to sign up for that. It should be a very, very great event.
Hey, we've got some news from the Players Era. If you didn't see it a little bit earlier this week, some game times came out, and I'm going to pull that up right here for Kansas. Of course, their first game is going to be against UNLV. This is Tuesday, November 17th. So we're talking about the Players Era. It's the week before Thanksgiving. KU, a part of the Players Era 8, not the Players Era 16, which is the week of Thanksgiving. But the KU UNLV game will be at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. It'll be after Houston, Rutgers, Florida, Notre Dame. Houston, Rutgers is going to be at 1 p.m., and then Florida, Notre Dame is going to be at 3:30, which, by the way, I really like that because that tells me there's going to be games during the day before officially Feast Week. I mean, let's get that going. Get exciting. TVs going here in Kansas Nation. Oh, man. Can't beat it. And, some other games. Tennessee, Maryland, San Diego State, Iowa State, Louisville, Texas Tech, St. John's, Oregon. An opportunity here for us to kind of look back at what this MTE is going to be for Kansas. Last year, I felt like that was one of the highlights of the season for the Jayhawks when they went out to Vegas and won all three. You had the Elmarco Jackson legacy game when Kansas was down by a dozen against Tennessee. Jackson had a career day. I mean, realistically, he did. He was up and down a lot throughout his career at Kansas. Now he's over at Georgetown, but he helped KU come from behind, and that was worth some things, including $100,000.
That's right.
As KU got third place, or second place, rather, technically. Yeah. Is that how they scored it? How did they score it technically?
I
remember they got $300,000.
I think they got third place.
They got $300,000 instead of $200,000. I think was the jump. But anyway, that was a nice moment for KU, especially because they didn't have Darren Peterson. You was like, this is great. They're learning how to play without him, and then it just kind of didn't really ever work out great after that. But yeah, a great opportunity. You get UNLV. That's a team you should beat, and like we've talked about, you win that, you're facing West Virginia or Auburn. And after that, it's probably Houston or Florida.
Shout out to the NIT and the college basketball crown.
Exactly, right? The two champions of those other two tournaments face each other in the first round of the Players
basketball.
Era. But then, you're not going to face Rutgers or Notre Dame if you get to the championship. You're going to face Houston or Florida. But you don't want to lose to West Virginia or Auburn because just kind of like Maui, when you go down there, and that's an 8-team field, it's like you play it out, you draw it out. Okay, oh my God, we could face this team and this team. Great opportunities for us. But if you lose one of those first two games, then you probably don't get to face one of those monsters,
right?
Which is a bummer. So we have to wait and see how it shakes out. But you want as many high-quality opponents as possible, and Kansas should be in good shape to face either Houston or Florida if they get past that.
Yeah, you certainly think so.
Game.
And, I mean, with Kansas, being on the right side of the bracket with UNLV, West Virginia, and Auburn, I mean, you got to look at that and think, okay, that's very favorable for Kansas, right? Because they don't have to go up against Florida or Houston before the championship. So Kansas can still, beat relatively good teams, but not Florida, Houston caliber teams, and still make it to the championship game and still potentially walk out with a good chunk of change. So that's going to be a big time thing. So really excited about that. Obviously, with the Players Era, I love the new format too. I mean, I think that in terms of the point differential and the way that they were doing it last year, I thought it was too confusing, and everyone was like, wait, so does that mean we're third, or are we second, or are we fourth? Like, I just, hold on, let me do some math real quick. It's like, instead, now you're just like, all right, here's a bracket. I mean, you love brackets.
I do.
I love brackets. I mean, now it just makes a lot more sense. So, it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, I mean, this is kind of kicking off Feast Week, so that's your favorite time of the year. I know that might be a little precursor to the draft that we're doing.
It might be. It might be. We've got a fantasy draft coming up of days that should be holidays. I think don't ask me. I'm a big fan of holidays. So
sure.
If there's basketball on during the day, maybe in general that should just be considered a holiday. But yeah, no, and a good opportunity, honestly, because we've talked about this too, Dan. I mean, you do have Kentucky, who's going to be kind of a top 25 type team like Kansas will be. You get them in the Champions Classic in Chicago. Then you have the Players Era. You have Villanova, who's okay at home. Missouri, people are saying, is going to be a top 25 team. Ohio State, they were in the tournament last year. But otherwise, from a non-conference standpoint, you kind of need these games. So it's important that Kansas beats UNLV. And again, somebody's going to lose the Florida-Houston game. So even if you lose to West Virginia, Auburn, if you, in fact, face the loser of Florida-Houston, that's still a high-quality opponent. But, like we've talked about, outside of at UConn and Stores and, maybe that's Kentucky game, maybe the Missouri game, it's not quite as difficult of a non-conference schedule overall, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at Villanova, right, I think the name carries some weight, but still Kevin Willard is trying to pull Villanova out of the Kyle Neptune era, which was just a bad era for Villanova basketball, right? So again, the name holds weight, but that one feels to me like it's winnable. Ohio State, they don't have Jared Sullinger no more. They don't have D'Angelo Russell no more, right?
Sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Mike Conley, I think, has one more year.
Oh yeah, is that right? So I mean, that's going to be a fun one, obviously, in Madison Square Garden. But yeah, I mean, like you said, Kansas does such a good job in terms of scheduling tough opponents every single year in the non-con. To me, this one feels a little bit easier, which is a good thing. I think it's going to be a nice kind of palate cleanse, right? You get Kentucky still. You still have Villanova. You still have Mizzou. You still have UConn. You're at UConn in Stores. I mean, that's going to be a very, very tough game. So, like you said, you almost kind of need a a Florida or a Houston. Granted, you're going to play Houston already this year, but like having a Florida game on your schedule that could potentially be a win is just going to give you a nice little kickback in terms of, you know, your polls and where you're going to be, because it's going to add that extra layer of, oh, hey, this is a high caliber opponent that Kansas could potentially beat. And if Kansas does wind up beating them, Kansas is going to be back in the conversation of like number ones.
I mean, if we got a chance to pick, we'd pick Auburn and Florida, right? Just because we're going to see West Virginia and Houston.
I would agree. I don't want to see West Virginia or Houston before conference play just because it'd be weird.
Yeah, it's just going to be weird.
It's
weird. It's almost as weird as like the K-State Iowa State football game last year that was a non-conference game.
That was weird.
And I get it. Or K-State Arizona.
Yeah.
Maybe they did. I think the K-State Iowa State game was a conference game.
K-State Arizona was not.
But K-State Arizona was not
because they had
already a 2-year agreement.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's so
strange.
weird.
And some of that you're going to get with conference realignment. But yeah, a little bit strange. Players era coming up the week of November 16th. Excited for that. And then KU's lone game the week of Thanksgiving, Feast Week, as we discussed, is going to be Friday night at home against Villanova, November 27th. So a little bit different looking schedule around your holidays for KU basketball. Speaking of the holidays, we are, next segment, going to be doing a draft of days that we feel should be holidays but are not. Fantasy draft on Thursday, coming up next right here on Rock Chalk Sports, ESPN Kansas City, Kansas Nation. Hour 2 here on Rock Chalk Sports. Big shout out to our directors today, Elijah Schmidt and Trey Myers, who are helping out as they always do. Tomorrow's show, we'll have Shreyas Latta, Kansas City Star. We will also have Sports Stock Market as well. We'll do a little cup check for you, as always, and all sorts of other things for you. So thanks for watching, as always, here on KansasNation.com.
Packed shows here in July.
Packed shows, man. Fall camp's going to be here before we know it. And really, really looking forward to next week because you get an opportunity to sort of cook. As you get to have some special guests. You get to talk a lot of TBT. That's going to be an awesome week for you, not only on Rock Chalk Sports, but you get to go out to Manhattan and Topeka. Yeah. Great coverage coming up on the basketball tournament.
Yeah, I'm going to be out there at Bramlage and also at Lee Arena, two places that I loathe. But I will be out there covering the basketball tournament. The basketball tournament should be a ton of fun. I'm going to try to get as much exclusive coverage as I possibly can for TBT. Also, like I had mentioned, this Saturday I'm going to be out at the Meet the Team Tour by The Good Game. It's going to be at the Indoor Football Complex here in Lawrence. You can sign up at thegoodgame.com. But yeah, TBT, I mean, it's as Caden Lecce likes to say, the best time of the year, which is just an absolutely insane thing to say.
I thought he was joking when he said that.
No, he was not joking. He loves the basketball tournament. It's so weird because he loved the basketball tournament so much. He would watch it when he was like 12. He's younger than us.
Yeah.
Because it started, I mean, it's
what,
relatively
it
new.
2014 or something?
Maybe something like that. But yeah, he had been watching it like since day one, and it's just the
best time of year. How about that?
That's what he says. Best time of year.
It's interesting because with the new format, I mean, it wasn't a guarantee that KU was going to have a team.
Right.
There's only 8 alumni teams.
Yeah.
So I don't know what all goes into that, but yes, hopefully you're able to get some exclusive interviews and that sort of thing. And I know that there's going to be a broadcast courtesy of some of the guys over at ESPN Wichita, where hopefully you can get some sideline action going. We're working on that, but you can listen to the audio version of the TBT games on KansasNation.com. So good opportunity for KansasNation.com to kind of be in the
Might
forefront.
be doing a little sideline coverage,
little
too.
sideline.
For,
Dan Courtwright. That'd be
Pat Strothman.
That'd be great stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got a fantasy draft coming up, and then we're talking NBA Summer League. We'll do a Kansas football preview, opponent preview, closing that out. Hopefully it's not KU's last game, but it's KU's last game of the regular season against Oklahoma State. That's a little bit later. Dan, tell everybody about Crown Automotive. The Lawrence Citizen of the Year, Miles Schneier, has a great service and sales staff and also a great selection of vehicles.
I'd love to tell you about Crown Automotive over in my neck of the woods. Be sure to check them out if you're in the market for a new or used car. Check out Crown Automotive. They have a whole line of new Toyotas and Volkswagens, Tiguans, Tassas, Jettas, Camrys, Corollas, RAV4s, Tacomas, Tundras, you name it, they've got it. And those aren't your jam. They have a whole line of used cars as well. Get you in the car that fits your lifestyle. Really important that you go check out crownautomotive.com or crownmotorsvw.com, all ran by the 2025 Lawrence Citizen of the Year, Miles Schneier. The friendliest sales staff here in town, Crown Automotive.
And our founding partners at Kansas Nation. All right, we're doing a fantasy draft. Days that should be holidays but are not.
Yeah.
We got to do we have a coin we can flip?
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
MIAA flipping coin. It literally says on it flipping coin.
I know. It says MIAA official flipping coin on it.
Yeah.
NCAA Division II 2019. This is from September 5th, 2019. It's from the only game I ever got meaningful playing time in. It was against Northeastern State. Shout out to Northeastern State, by the way. They're playing an exhibition game against KU women's basketball this year.
Yeah.
So that should be a lot of fun. But, yeah, shout out to the Riverhawks. Only game I ever got meaningful playing time in. It was 3 snaps. 2 of them were victory formation. All right, Sean, I will flip the coin. I will let you call it in the air.
All righty. Snake draft, right? Tails.
It's tails.
Let's go.
Snake draft.
Man, this is going to be so good. Are we doing 6 each?
Yeah, let's go 6 each. Why not?
All right, and then some.
I gotta
honorable
figure out if
mentions.
I have enough for it.
We'll have to see if Elijah Schmidt or Trey Myers has any that they want to add in on the end. But yeah, I mean, we're going to be passionate. There's going to be some sports related ones. Should be holidays, but are not.
Yes.
So
Thank you, sir.
this is tricky because you got to keep in mind Saturdays and Sundays. I mean,
it's not. We work on Saturdays and Sundays though during the season.
So you're saying holidays in terms of no work?
Yeah, just holidays in general. I think they should be recognized as such.
Yeah, I like that. All right, fair enough. I'm gonna go with 1-1 overall.
I think there's a clear 1-1 overall.
I know you do, and I think it's gonna be the one that you're thinking of, the Monday after the big game.
Yeah, Monday after the Super Bowl.
Yep, Monday after the Super Bowl. What's ridiculous, and we've talked about this before, I can't remember how you feel. How do you feel about the prospect of moving the Super Bowl to a Saturday? I'm 100% all in for it.
Yeah, but it's Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, hey, try this on for size. You're not going to believe this.
Sure.
Super Bowl Saturday.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah, write that down.
It would be on a Saturday.
No, it's just weird. I don't like Super Bowls. I don't like NFL games on Saturdays. I understand.
I love it. It's like one of the only good things about January is you have NFL on Saturdays.
You know what
also.
I do like about the Monday after the Super Bowl? That's all you're talking about at work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you go back to work if you're working at an office job. Like we have a ridiculous job where we do that anyway. Like you go back to work on Monday and you go, man, did you see that game last night?
A little water cooler, get the little cone paper cups.
Yeah, you buy the water cooler. Like, oh man, Sam Darnold or whatever. Like, it's just like I don't know.
People are like, what game?
Yeah, right. I agree though. That should be 1-1 overall. You could potentially just move the Super Bowl to Saturday, but I think that loses it. NFL is a Sunday thing.
I think you would adjust just fine.
The NFL is a Sunday, Monday, Thursday
when
thing.
When it's 9:06 p.m. and the big game is over, you won't have the, oh my God, I have to go to work tomorrow. You'll have the, I'm so glad it's Saturday. I'm going to watch all this post game.
Yeah, I will say this. I really wish that there was 2 Super Bowls, the last 2 Super Bowls that the Chiefs won. I really wish they were on Saturdays because I went over to my parents' house.
Oh, absolutely.
And I watched them, and I was in Kansas City, and I just had to drive home afterwards because I'd work in the next morning.
Yeah,
I wanted to go out in Kansas City and go to bars. I had friends texting me, and I'm like, guys, I got an 8:30 meeting tomorrow.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously that sucks.
That's right. You had a sales meeting 8:30.
Yeah. Well, that was at my old job, KVOE. Too. Shout out Emporia.
The first Super Bowl the Chiefs won in our lifetime, I'm pretty sure that they canceled school.
Oh, really?
Didn't they?
That's
in Lawrence.
crazy.
They did.
Perry, that's crazy.
But then
for
it was
you? That's crazy. You live in Lewisburg. That's closer.
But
that's
then
great.
it's
They did
like,
it for
man,
Perry.
we win the second time. They're like, oh, we don't care. I'm like, what?
Right. Yeah, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Monday after the Super Bowl, though.
So they did give you a holiday.
That's true. Exactly. But it's not, it wasn't recognized, and it was only the once.
Okay.
That
fair.
we didn't have to.
Not the
have
other
to
times. Go. Okay, fair enough. I do love that pick. Again, that was to me probably the clear 1-1 overall. Just the day after Super Bowl Sunday. I mean, Super Bowl Sunday, you could also make the case that it should be a holiday too.
Right.
Okay. So I have 2 back-to-backs here. I'm gonna go with maybe the other one that you were thinking about. I'm gonna go with the first. Okay, so the Thursday of March Madness. The first Thursday of March Madness. The first day That Thursday should be. I mean, and granted, again, we work ridiculous jobs, but like if you're like, how much work do you think nationally is getting done on that Thursday?
Oh man,
not a lot.
You know what was?
You know what everyone's doing? They're sitting at their computer. They have 2 tabs open, one with an Excel spreadsheet that they're not doing anything on.
Yeah.
And then whenever their boss turns their back, guess what? Right away, they're watching Fordham take on Duke or whatever.
Yeah, Fordham was not very good this year. Duke should have lost to Siena. I can't believe they came back and won.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Tough scene. Yes, you in the past had said that you prefer the Friday.
I do prefer the Friday. Now, okay, and I want to make something abundantly clear. I think Thursday should be a holiday.
Okay.
But the Friday, I prefer it because Thursday, I think I'm too overstimulated. By the time Friday rolls around, I'm like, all right, I've got it down. I know which channel's what's on. Yeah. Like I'm like, okay, I'm in my groove now.
See,
whereas the Thursday, it's almost like too much happening.
See, I have a robotic, regimented schedule.
See, you've been doing it for a lot longer because you're so old.
I've been doing it for a long time, and I do not miss a beat. It worked out well. Last year, we watched a few of the games here, but you know how I am with our little 4 quad TV over there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, man, I know CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV, man.
Right.
What's on what? When's the next tip-off? That sort of thing.
That's fair.
Might be the earliest we've ever recorded a show, or the Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, that's
it was
right.
like, we got to be done. The first game tips at 11 a.m. Like, we got to be totally done, which made it a little bit tricky because we don't go on air until 4 to 6. So I think we gave game picks for the back 8 games because it was like, sorry, guys, we're pre-recording the show.
But it was very funny because we were recording, and then you and I walked over there, and it was the Kentucky Santa Clara game, and we got to watch was it Otego Owe who made that?
Owe made it after the Santa Clara kid.
Yeah, that's right.
Had drilled it.
Yeah, that was incredible. Yeah, and I was like, I remember talking to you, and I was like, that would be cool to talk about on the show. Yeah, right.
We
talked about it the next day.
Santa Clara shot put them in the lead, right? And then Owe banked it. It wasn't going to go to overtime or anything. That was crazy. And then Milan Momcilovic revenge game.
Yeah.
As he eliminated Kentucky, his new team.
Yeah.
Very, very
strange. That Thursday should be the holiday. Also the Friday.
Also the Friday.
I mean, a little 2-day holiday right there.
Snake draft. So you got one more.
Snake draft. I have another one. Go ahead and give me the leap day. I just don't like they're going to give us. They're going to make us.
Leap day. Oh, yeah. February 29th?
February 29th.
Okay.
I think it should be a holiday.
You only get it once every 4 years.
Yeah, exactly. You give us another day, and you expect us to work another day? No, I'm taking that off. You know what I mean?
You know what? You shouldn't even have to brush your teeth that day.
I think so. I'm going to sleep until noon.
It shouldn't count.
Yeah, I'm going to lay around. It's a leap day.
Just sleep through the whole day.
I could do that. And then, you know what? You know what's crazy? You don't lose any time.
That's true.
You lose 0 time.
Do you know anybody who was born on the 29th?
You do. I do. There's a kid. Oh, what was his name?
Johnny
Brogan Haas or something.
Shout out.
At my high school. I think that was his name.
And you only had like 12 kids in your class.
Yeah. No, he was a couple years younger than me. Actually, he was only like 4 years old when I know, technically, because he only had
years younger than you.
Yeah, it was. He was like 16, but it was like he's technically 4.
So you were born in '98.
Yes.
So is that? I don't even know. Is that the leap?
2000? I think was a leap.
Okay, 2000.
Year.
Okay.
So I think he was born in 2000.
So he was 2 years younger than you,
but really he was a lot younger than me because he was born on a leap. Yeah, I knew one kid who was born on a leap year.
Shout out to Brogan Haas.
I think a leap year should be a holiday because like you can take it off, do nothing, and guess what? You lose no time.
Right.
It's just like wedging in a day for nothing to do.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of winter too, so it's horrible, and you're already like, man, I just want February to be over with, because that's how February is. February, I
love February.
No, I hate it. What's your birthday month?
It is.
But like when you're in February, like I'm like, give me to March. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Do you know what March is?
Excitement.
Yeah,
March is the madness.
You're wedging in another day.
It was such a
holding off on me
because the first KU game in March, if you remember, they went down to Tempe
and lost. Yes, they certainly did.
Oh my God! The entire month of March, KU shot like 26%. That's the thing is like, what are you supposed to do with yourself? It's like we just can't make any shots.
Yeah,
we can't make any shots.
That was the classic like.
And
Bill said, like that's not even like you can't even blame the coaching. You're just like, hey, look, Bill Self's not the one missing threes out there.
And it was it was bigs who could not score with their back to the basket and couldn't rebound the ball.
Soft bigs.
So, very, very soft. All right, next up for me on our snake draft of days that should be holidays but are not. Give me December 26th through 31st.
There you go.
I want that whole chunk.
Through
December 26th through the 31st.
Okay.
Because I was going to say the 26th to 30th, but then I remember that America acts like December 31st is not a holiday either. It's like, it's New Year's Eve.
It's New Year's Eve.
I mean, come on. They act like, okay, New Year's Day is a holiday. Granted, if this actually happened, 26th to 31st off, in addition to the 25th and 24th, we've talked about this before, that makes that day going back even worse.
Yeah.
Because then you go back on the 2nd.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Oh, it is awful. That time of year for me is just such a daze. Like, I just don't know what planet I'm on.
Yeah.
It's very much you're like, all right, Christmas is over. Let me just stare. I'm just going to stare at a wall until New Year's. And then when New Year's comes around, like, yeah, we've talked about this. Like, New Year's is the worst. It is the worst holiday ever.
And again, no disrespect to Oregon. They beat Texas Tech 23-0 last year on New Year's Day. That's great. There's 3 games now, I think, on New Year's Day because they do a couple the day after and maybe one the day before. I don't remember of the New Year's Six. But it's just depressing, man.
It is.
And like, places aren't open.
Yeah.
It's like all I want is a greasy burger, but nowhere's open.
Yeah.
And
I know, it's terrible.
yeah, you're 15 pounds heavier than you were 2 weeks prior.
Yeah, you go out New Year's Eve, you're celebrating, New Year's Day comes around, you're just like, oh no, I feel horrible, and I'm supposed to change myself?
Right.
This is not good. I don't like this. Oh, I'm supposed to go to the gym today? I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
It's pretty bad.
It's horrible.
Kind of on that note, after I select the 26th to 31st, give me the first 3 weeks of January. That should be a holiday that you do not have to report.
Okay, so you have essentially December 26th until January 21st.
It took everything.
You have a whole month.
It took everything in my being to not just include the whole month of January. Because you do get the Saturday NFL games, the wild card round, all that sort of stuff. But I just don't, like, I want it to be a situation where you walk out the door December 20th.
That's conference basketball.
Bells and whistles on. We've got the Kansas Nation studio all decorated. You're pumped for Christmas. And then, you have your I call it the puzzle week, where you're just doing puzzles from the 26th to the 31st.
Yeah,
you have that. You're not really
week.
focused on anything else, maybe eating some takeout. You go out New Year's, but then you wake up New Year's Day and you're not depressed because you don't have to go back to work until January 22nd.
That's fair.
So, which actually, that's how it was in college.
Yeah. Oh, it was.
I mean,
no,
God.
it absolutely was. It was very much, it was like December 12th to like January
Oh my God,
15th.
20-something. It was great.
20-something.
It was after Martin Luther King Day.
Oh, you're just not doing anything.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was the bummiest I've ever been.
Yeah.
Was just,
What
like
did I even
college
do?
winter break.
What did I even do?
I'll tell you what I did. I know what I did.
You went out.
I stayed. Well, no, it was not even that. I would go out and hang out with friends, but like I would like stay up until like 6 a.m. and then I would like wake up at like 2:30 p.m. It was just. I mean, it was just the most unbelievable time of my life.
Just watching movies and stuff? Yeah.
Watching movies.
Right.
Just like I would play video games. I'm not even a video game guy, but I would like
Right.
play video games with my friends.
God, good stuff.
I would go out, do stuff, but I was so bored. Oh my gosh. That's a all right, 2 very good picks there. All right, I have 2 back to back here. I'm going to go with the NFL Hall of Fame game.
The NFL.
That should be a
my God.
national holiday. Because
Wow.
football's back. You all laugh at me.
Shout out to Luke Kuechly and
But
Larry
I'm
Fitzgerald.
watching football, damn it.
You think football is fun?
You know what I'm doing?
Fun,
I'm
sir.
watching football. I don't care if it's a bunch of third stringers from Vanderbilt. I don't care. You know what? I'm watching football. Hall of Fame game, the official kickoff. Nobody ever talks about it. The week 0. What? You guys are totally forgetting about preseason NFL games. The Hall of Fame game, I love it every year. They have this big stadium in Canton, Ohio that's used once a year. I love it.
Last year, the Hall of Fame game, I think, was on like July 31st.
It was.
And we were excited about that.
It
because
was.
It's like, oh, wow, it's back. August 6th this year because the calendar is pushed back. We've talked about that a lot. That's 2 weeks. I've brought this up a lot and bellyached about it. But KU's first game last year was August 23rd, and it's not until September 4th.
Yeah.
Shout out to KU soccer, by the way. Their first game's coming up on August 8th. So
that'll be a lot of fun.
That's good.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Nate Lee, just a great hire by Travis Goff.
Great hire. Great guy, too. I actually...
Friend of the show.
Did I tell you this? I sat next to him at a baseball game, and I was talking to him, and I told him straight to his face, I said, you are my favorite guy to interview. Like, you're my favorite guy in press conferences because he loves the media.
Very thoughtful.
Which is super cool. Yeah. Yeah, you guys laugh at me for liking the Hall of Fame game. I love the Hall of Fame
I don't
game.
think it should be a holiday, but
I think it should be a holiday. It's the official kickoff of football season.
All right, what's
That
next?
is when things get less bleak. Less bleak in my life.
It's coming up.
I know it. When is the Hall of Fame game?
It's August 6th, dude. I said that twice.
Oh, you did say that? August 6th?
Cardinals,
Okay.
Panthers, Luke Kuechly, Larry
All right.
Fitz.
I'm counting down the days, man. Less than a month away till football is here. And then, all right, let's see. I got a couple here. I'm just going to go with Bobby Bonilla Day.
Seriously?
Yeah, why not? Because I like Bobby Bonilla Day. You know why? Because it's the first day of July. I've talked about this, and I have very strong feelings about the month of July as a whole. I like the very first of July because you still have the 4th coming up. I love the smell of gunpowder. I love the fireworks. That's Bobby Bonilla Day is usually when you start seeing those fireworks shoot off for the first time. People are, shooting them off a little prematurely.
Yeah.
But then, 4th comes and goes.
4th of July weekend is always fun.
Yeah, 4th of July weekend's great. And it's the precursor to the 4th of July weekend because every year we go, man, happy Bobby Bonilla Day. We walk into the office and we go, happy Bobby Bonilla Day. And you go, happy Bobby Bonilla Day.
You do,
to
and I try to laugh every year, and it's just
And then, but then all of a sudden, it gets to July 15th, which is my birthday. And then after that, it's like, oh, no, like summer's almost over, right? But the first day of July is the very, middle to me where you go, all right, this is the middle of the summer. Let's kick it into high gear. Let's enjoy the rest of summer.
I do love a good extended 4th of July weekend, as I know Elisha Schmidt does as well. When you get that extra day off for the 4th of July, man, it is fantastic.
Also, I bet Bobby Bonilla wishes that was a national holiday too.
That's true. You know what? I think he's doing okay with that day as is. I wish I had a lake house. If I had a lake house that I could just know that I could go to every 4th of July weekend, man, I'd be out July 1st. I'd be out every time.
Yeah. You would want to go to work on July 1st, even if it was to honor Bobby Bonilla?
I'm saying no. I'm fine, but I would like
to
know
take
that
that day
I'm going.
off.
I would know I'm going to the lake. I need that. Next up for me, this is a snub that hasn't gotten taken yet, but Selection Sunday.
Yeah.
That needs to be widely recognized because it's just a great time. So I would say pretty good as a dad in terms of I haven't watched near as many Royals games as I normally would because that's the time I'm playing with Ava and doing whatever. I very, very rarely will go to the other room and have on the TV.
Sure.
If Ava's watching something, I'll try to watch with her, or we'll be playing while she's watching something in the playroom, whatever. But when Bobby Witt Jr. had his at-bats in the All-Star game, I was keeping an eye on it, and I was like, I just want to see Bobby bat in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
But the 1 hour that I absolutely need the TV, no distractions, when I tell Caitlin, I got to mail it in, and she knows.
Get it, yeah.
I got to mail it in, is Selection Sunday.
Yeah,
that hour from 5
man.
to 6. Ideally, I have 5 to midnight. And you and I talked about this. ESPN used to do the 2 things they used to do. One was the feast week. There's 48 straight hours of basketball because they'd have games in Hawaii or whatever. But the other was they would have bracketology 24 hours leading into the first game. And I really missed that. You'd have the Jays on there and, Seth Greenberg and all those guys and different. Then you'd have the B team overnight. It was awesome. But Selection Sunday, the thing is, Caitlin now, she says she's not, but she gets into the bracketology too, to where I'm watching this and I'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe we got Arkansas. But anytime there's a matchup, I'll like, oh my God, I like High Point in this matchup. She's on her phone. So now Ava and Claire, they're by themselves.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they are over there because now Caitlin's sitting.
They're like turning on the stove,
staring at the TV.
Like, yeah, they're just completely unregulated.
I'm standing, staring at the TV, and Caitlin's sitting on the couch taking notes of what I'm saying as the matchups for her bracket.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So yeah, it's turned into a kids.
Selection Sunday that's a great pick.
Yeah, it's an awesome day.
That is a great day.
It always feels like it takes forever to get there. But
makes me feel like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah. Then you got a couple days, and then I know you're excited about the opening round, which will be in Wichita and Dayton. Each site will host 3 games each of the Tuesday and Wednesday,
That will
and
be
then
fun.
the full slate Thursday, Friday.
I watched Selection Sunday at the Allen Fieldhouse Media Room this year.
That's right.
Because Bill Self had it was great. I had a great time.
Yeah.
It was fun. Got to watch it with like Henry and Nick and all those guys. So that was kind of cool, and everyone was kind of locked in, and you could hear the oohs and ahs of different things. So that was a good one. All right, you have one more. No, you have 2 more, but 1 left.
I've got
in this one
2 more, and I think I like this one a lot. It's maybe not needing to be recognized as a holiday, but it certainly would be appropriate as one. Sure. The last day of school.
That
school's out
Good.
feeling,
Big.
man.
Yeah.
Last day of school. Great vibes, great energy.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk over to Wendy's at 11:15 because it was a half day, bag a burger, and then, make my way to the pool shortly after that and get a, what snacks do kids eat these days? What are the chewy things you like?
Well, I mean, back when you were a kid, it was like Cracker Jacks and hardtack.
Now it's gummy clusters and...
What are some other old snacks?
What'd you say?
Nerds Rope?
Nerds
Well, the
Rope.
Nerds Gummy
oh my
Clusters.
God. Nerds
Rope
Rope was such a great poll. That was the ultimate pool.
You're
you had like the drumsticks
You're
and the
eating
ice cream
cherry bombs
sandwiches
and
oh man,
other weird old stuff for you.
many great selections.
Last day of school. Good pick.
Last day of school, man. That feeling, are you kidding me?
Yeah, but also
you
if the last day of school is a holiday, then wouldn't that make the second to last day of school technically the last day of school?
Maybe.
I mean, that's like a paradox that you just created
That's true.
there.
That's true. But
Right?
there's also field day.
Sure.
Field day was always great.
Always a good one.
I don't know. That is tricky.
Yeah, if the last day of school is a holiday, then technically the day before is the last day of school, and then that makes that a holiday. And so
maybe it's just a holiday for people in the workforce.
I think you just created it.
So then your last day of school just doesn't have any teachers
Sure.
or administration.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, I think that's fun. I think that's fine. All right, I have 2 more here. I'm going to go with the first day of the NFL draft. That's Thursday. NFL, what? Why'd you look at me like that?
The NFL draft isn't until night. It's like 7 p.m.
I know, but I think you should get their whole day off.
All right.
Yeah.
Fine.
It's a big day. The Kevin Costner movie. You can go home and watch the Kevin Costner movie starting at noon. Also,
I don't love your draft so far.
So
by the way.
the Friday usually will start earlier, and then like Saturday starts really early.
Yeah.
Because it goes first round.
They just blow through it.
First round on Thursday, second and third on Friday, and then 4 through 7 on Saturday. Correct? Am I right about this?
Yes.
So I think you just take those 3 days and you just have them off.
I'm good with it.
Okay.
I mean,
I'd be fine with that.
don't tempt me with a good time, man.
I love the NFL draft. The NFL draft, I think, does the best job of any of the drafts.
They do. It's good production.
Because, like,
And MLB does the worst.
MLB was terrible. NBA is not great. And also with the NBA draft, like, there's only 2 rounds. Like, I love the fact that there's 7 rounds in the NFL draft. And I understand there's more guys, there's more, roster spots, I guess, to be able to fill. But I just love they do such a good job. And now the fact that they're bouncing it around, like when Kansas City had it, I went with my dad on day 3 on that Saturday. I watched Keandre Coburn get drafted by the
Keandre
Chiefs.
Coburn. Okay.
He played for Texas. I don't think he ever played a single snap
That
for the
does
Kansas City
sound
Chiefs.
familiar. I remember.
But I remember I watched him get picked in Kansas City
Keandre
for the Kansas City
Coburn.
Chiefs.
He
5th round? 6th round? 5th round, I want to say. Correct me, I think it was 5th round.
6th round.
6th round. Okay, so I watched.
He played in 1 game.
Good for him.
Broncos claimed him, waived him.
Sure.
Chiefs signed him, practice squad. Titans signed him off the practice squad. And he played in 15 games in 2024.
Wow, for the Titans?
And then they waived him. And then the Raiders claimed him off waivers, and then they waived him. And then he was allocated to the Dallas Renegades of the UFL, and then he was released. Man, what a career.
I'm trying to think. I feel like there was a relatively big name that I saw drafted in the 6th round. Kayshon Boutte.
Tom Brady.
Kayshon Boutte. No, in 2023 when I was there.
I see. Yeah.
Kayshon Boutte. I saw him get drafted.
Diamonds in the rough, man.
Cool,
the Bradys and the Booties of the world.
Yeah, and then in the 5th round, I was there for the 5th round too. I saw DTR get drafted. That was cool. Dorian Thompson Robinson.
Antonio Brown was the 6th round guy. Jason Kelsey. Terrell Davis.
Yeah, but I'm talking 2026 when I was there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just not listening and going into my own stuff.
Oh yeah, Puka Nacua was drafted 5th round, pick 177 to the LA Rams.
That's a good selection.
Yeah, it was a good selection.
All right, you got one more.
I think I saw that live, which is really cool. All right, I do have one more here. I'm going to go with Election Day. Which, okay.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, and I have a reason for this. I do my civic duty, and I'll vote. But it's such a pain for me to, figure out when I'm able to vote on that. Because it's always on a Tuesday, right? And I have work, and I got to figure it out with you. And I'm like, I guess I can go at, 7 a.m., but I don't want to do that. I don't want to wake up early to go vote. I'm crusty-eyed. What if I don't fill it in right? Just give me that day off. Just give me that day off. Let me go in at noon, and I'll figure it out. And maybe I can read up a little bit, because half the time I don't know what the hell I'm voting for. Because it's 7 a.m. My brain is not working.
You can use the 7 to 9 a.m. to Wikipedia who you should vote for, and then go at 9. Then you've got your full day.
I guess, but I don't want to wake up that early.
Yeah, it's fair.
Usually I'll wake up at 7:45. So my first alarm goes off.
Yeah.
The first alarm goes off at 7:30. Second alarm 7:45. I have a third alarm at 8, just in case.
Yikes.
Yeah, just one of those just in case kind of things.
I get it.
But I don't want to wake up at 7 because I've done that before. I've done it before. I've woken up at 7 and I'm like, I just don't want to be. Give me the day off. I want to let me do my civic duty. Let me go vote, but not in the morning. I don't want to go out of my way to figure out who my elected officials are. Give me the day off. And also if they do that, then guess what? More people will vote. That's been a big thing. Not everyone's voting. If they give the people the day off, then maybe they'll go vote.
What's the sitcom? I can't remember if it's The Office or New Girl, but one of the characters is like, I want you to lead me, but lead me when I'm in the mood to be led.
Exactly.
The Office? Okay. Ryan Howard, that's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Classic.
Also, there's a great Curb Your Enthusiasm bit where Larry David was in line to go vote, but the line was really long, and he asked the guy who he was voting for, and he was like, "Oh, I'm voting for the other guy." He's like, "Do you want to just leave?" He's like, "That'll just be a wash." You're voting for the other guy, I'm voting for the other guy. He's like, "You're voting for one guy, I'm voting for the other guy." It's like, if we both just leave, that's a wash.
That's fantastic.
But then it comes out that Larry David's guy lost by 1 vote.
Oh my God!
And they're like, I saw Larry leave. He's like, no, but I got another guy to leave. Is a classic Curb Your Enthusiasm thing. But yeah, cool. Election Day. Shout out. That should be just because of the fact that it's very inconvenient for me to do it in the mornings. That's the only reason.
You've left some out there on the table for me, but I'm going with, for my last selection, days that should be holidays but are not. MLB opening day.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? There's games on all day.
That's good.
Springtime. I mean,
that's the official kickoff of summer.
It really is. Yeah.
That to me, you're like, oh, it's here.
Yeah.
Oh man. I always talk about this because baseball is my 3rd favorite sport. We've talked about this. But I will say, whenever you hear pitchers and catchers report for the first time, it gets me so excited.
Summer's coming, man.
Oh, it gets me so excited.
Yeah.
Oh, you're like late February. You're like, let's go.
Well, the obvious snub that we have on our draft is one we talked about earlier in the show: personal birthday.
Yeah, birthday. I didn't want to put birthday on there.
Yeah.
I like going to work on my birthday. If it's my birthday,
you get a little recognition. Sometimes you get some NA beer.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. You get gifts. Sometimes people bring cake. Nobody brought me cake.
Yeah. It's all right. You got beers to last you.
Oh, I can't wait to drink those NA beers. Those 12 grams of carbs.
12 carbs.
That's crazy. They have 12 carbs. You know what Michelob's have? Two,
yeah.
Like 2.6. Those have 12.
I don't know what Michelob's have, but I know Ultras have 2.6.
He does this.
What else was snubbed?
That is actually all I had. I'm really glad that you didn't take any of my other ones.
Maybe going back to my last day of school, maybe it should just be the first day of summer. Because then you still go.
Sure.
Would that be easier for your brain to comprehend?
Yeah,
but then it's
better.
summer anyway.
No, it's not even for my brain to comprehend. You just literally created a paradox.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe
if you take off the last day, then technically the day before is the last day. Then.
Right. Hey, draft of days that should be holidays but are not. My draft is way better than Dan's. The Monday after the Super Bowl. Are you kidding me?
That's
Selection
ridiculous.
Sunday, MLB opening day, the last day of school. December 26th through 31st, but also then the first 3 weeks of January.
He's a full month.
That's a great draft.
All right, you don't like Bobby Bonilla Day?
No, that was poopy.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Dan's got the first Thursday of March Madness. You might as well take Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
February 29th, so I guess he only wants a holiday once every 4 years.
I just don't like it.
NFL Hall of Fame game, I can get on board with that. Bobby Bonilla Day, which is July 1st. The first day or the entirety of the NFL draft.
I'll take the entirety.
And Election Day.
Yeah.
So hope you guys enjoyed that. We've got more Rock Chalk Sports coming up after this as we are talking a little NBA Summer League, and then we're going to preview Oklahoma State in our KU Football Opponent Outlook segment. That's all next. ESPN Kansas City, KansasNation.com. Back with you here on this Thursday. You know the feeling. The fieldhouse gets loud, the chant starts low, and the Jayhawks bring the energy. That's Lawrence. Meritrust Credit Union thinks your money deserves that same feeling. A team in your corner that's pulling for you, win or lose, season after season. Financial well-being isn't just something they offer, it's why they exist. First car, first home, first business, whatever's next in your money story, they're right around the corner at 6th and Wakarusa in West Lawrence. Real people making real decisions locally. Meritrust Credit Union is the official financial well-being partner of Kansas Athletics. Stop by the branch or visit meritrust.org. Federally insured by the NCUA. NBA Summer League action last night. We had a few Jayhawks in action. Melvin Council Jr. and Hunter Dickinson of the New Orleans Pelicans. They took on Cleveland, and we'll get to some other guys, but Melvin Council, a guy, Dan, who has impressed in Summer League, and one of those guys, he's going to have to be himself. He's going to have to be first to the floor and, kind of fill up the stat sheet. So,
yeah, be himself is the best way to put that. So Hunter Dickinson actually did not play. A little DNP coach's decision there. But you did see Melvin Council actually start this game. They wound up losing to the Cavs 82-77, but it was 76-70 with a minute 53 left. Kick out to Melvin Council. He knocks down a big-time three-pointer. Only three-pointer of the game. Went 1 for 3. So brought the game within 3. So that was a lot of fun to see him, making a little bit of an impact there. Yeah, the Pelicans still wound up losing, but he winds up with 9 points, 4 for 9 from the field, 1 for 3 from the three-point line. Also had 5 assists in this game as well. Led the Pelicans in assists for this game. So really impressive stuff. Marquise Noel, by the way, I hate to give credit, but he had 20 points coming off the bench.
Yeah.
That was pretty impressive.
Scorching hot, 3 of 13 from the field.
That's
from Marquise Noel. So, not great for him. But Darren Peterson didn't shoot well either last night.
Yeah.
DP had 15. He was just 4 of 16. He had 4 turnovers, 3 fouls. So he had a really good start at Salt Lake City Summer League, and people were loving him. But these last couple games, he has been struggling with efficiency. Like I said, 4 of 16, 4 turnovers. He had a steal, a block, 4 boards, 4 assists, but did have the 3 fouls. So DP, I think, hoping for a strong finish to his Summer League time.
Yeah. AJ did not play yesterday. AJ Dabonsa.
Darren, or rather, DeJuan Harris Jr. played 1 minute, didn't record any stats for Minnesota. Tonight, Golden State against New York. Would love to see KJ Adams get a little bit of run, and Trey White and the Miami Heat.
Kevin McCullough's not playing in Summer League, right?
I have not seen him on the roster.
Yeah.
Trey White and Miami against Toronto, and also Zeke Mayo and the Hawks against the Memphis Grizzlies. Zeke and Trey, I think, are 2 players that, I don't know, we probably feel most confident that they're going to make the roster. I mean, Melvin Council, he was +5 again last night, but he, because the fact that he's not, unless he's playing in Raleigh, North Carolina, a great shooter, it's going to be
right.
It's going to be tough for him.
Maybe the Hornets should pick him up.
Why is that?
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah, you're right. Shout out to the 36 points he scored at NC State or whatever it was.
It's close enough in proximity, Raleigh and Charlotte.
Absolutely crazy. But yeah, the Pelicans are one of the worst franchises in the NBA and have been, honestly, since the start of their existence. So they've got some openings. Hopefully Melvin is impressing enough. I like seeing him out there playing consistently. And then in terms of Zeke Mayo, he played for the Cleveland Charge last year in the G League, and he has that ability to shoot that we talked about. You look, the Hawks had a great season last year from Nickeil Alexander-Walker. They've got a lot of really good defensive players like Dyson Daniels, who's maybe the best defensive player in the NBA. And then you've got Jalen Johnson, who is a stud, who ended up not playing at all at Duke. They also drafted Kingston Flemings. Corey Kispert, a guy they recently acquired, who, my God, by the way, he's making $13.1 million.
Corey Kispert?
That's crazy.
Shout out.
That is crazy. Good for him. But, you know, there's some openings, I would think, for Zeke Mayo, particularly if he's able to knock some threes down. So look at him, and then you look at Trey White. We'll see what the Heat updated roster are. And, again, the Heat are one of those teams that they're in the conversation for the king. With the Heat, the Sixers, and the Cavs, I think right now the Golden State talk has kind of
that's what they need, another power
cooled
forward.
off a little bit. But I don't know, something to look at. Of course, Ryan Conwell is on the Summer League team as well out of Louisville by way of Xavier. He's a guy who can shoot also. But when you look at the Heat with getting rid of Jaime Jaquez and getting rid of Tyler Hero, yes, they brought in Tim Hardaway Jr., you would think there is a spot potentially for Trey White because they're going to be focused on their bigs are set with Antetokounmpo and Adebayo. And like I said, there's openings because outside of Hardaway, you don't really have anybody that you rely on to hit threes. You got Wiggins on the wing who you know can score and do some other things. Davion Mitchell as your point guard. There's some openings. I mean, this is the spot, even though he's wearing number 78, to take advantage for Trey White.
You got to think that he's going to change that if he gets picked up, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have to.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he likes it or whatever, but well, I mean, what number? He was 3 last year, right, for KU.
3 for Trey.
3 for Trey. That actually makes a lot of sense. I'm really interested to pick his brain in terms of why 78. I bet that's
I'm sure it was assigned to him.
You think they just threw it to him? Like, hey, here, buddy.
Yeah.
Now, you look at you. You're a backup left tackle. No, but like you said, I mean, that's something that we've continued to harp on. It's like, talk about a perfect situation for a guy who was undrafted, going to the Miami Heat, where they have essentially nobody with his skill set right now. I mean, you have Andrew Wiggins, like you said, who is a tall wing who can score, but Trey White, if he's able to replicate what he did here at the University of Kansas in terms of his three-point shooting, then that opens up a very wide door for him to make that roster. You're probably going to see him on the G League for a little bit, and here's the thing, if he continues to show out in the Summer League, if he continues to show out in the G League, that opens up that door. I mean, it's happened before. You look at Fred VanVleet. He was an undrafted free agent. He winds up, being a very highly touted NBA player, probably one of the best UDFAs of all time. Those kinds of things happen, right? Same with Melvin Council. I mean, Melvin Council, you had brought this up, just needs to essentially be himself, right? I mean, just play really hard, play hard defense, facilitate the ball, drive to the hole, create, or I guess draw in those fouls, get to the free throw line. I mean, that's what he's really, really good at, right? He's nice with the ball in his hands. So I think Melvin Council has the opportunity to make at least a G League roster, if not this Pelicans roster as well. Hunter Dickinson, we already know, is on that two-way, but I mean, I like the chances of a lot of these guys, and you said the two guys in particular were Trey and Zeke, and I think Zeke definitely has a shot to make this Hawks roster for sure because of the minutes that he's playing points per minute that he's putting out there for the Hawks. I mean, that's got to be something they're looking at.
Yeah, the roster standpoint that we look at for the Heat, it looks like there's definitely an opening for a shooter like Trey White who can provide some other things. The Hawks have more shooters. Like I said, Kispert's on that roster. CJ McCollum's on that roster. NAW is on that roster, so it might be a little trickier. But again, even if you're not playing in the NBA, you can still make a career out of this. Zeke played with the Cleveland Charge, the G League, opportunities overseas. We want to see these guys in the NBA, but we'll see how the Summer League closes out. Peterson has not been trending great. Like I said, the past couple games, we'll see how he does out in Vegas to close things out as well. The 19th, which is Sunday, is the final day of NBA Summer League. TBT, we mentioned this yesterday, but Mario Chalmers has been added to the roster. So you got a lot of good guards: Marcus Garrett, Frank Mason, Zeke Mayo. You've got Tyshawn Taylor listed as a player, GM, owner, and Mario Chalmers as well at the guard spot. Some other KU players that you know: Darnell Jackson and Carlton Bragg, as well as Kevin Young up front. Then guards who have played other places in their career: Jacob Hanna, he played on Jayhawks hoops last year. Tradeon Hollins from Omaha. Hanna, he of Washburn. Andrew Orr is a power forward, also of Washburn. And DJ Burns, not that DJ Burns, DJ Burns, who played at Murray State and Youngstown State as well. 12 guys right now as of today on Jayhawks hoops roster in the basketball tournament.
Yeah, also Thomas Jackson Cruz is an assistant coach. He was listed as a player.
He was kind of an emergency type player.
I think that's exactly what that was, because you had 3 guys on the roster.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, we got to bring somebody in.
We'll see if our boy Slippy Tyshawn Taylor ends up playing, or if he, he's had to play in years past.
He looked good whenever we play with him.
Yeah.
For in old man rec ball. I mean, he looked okay. So
I love it.
I don't know. We'll certainly see. Sharon Collins is the head coach, so obviously you'll love that. And Sharon Collins, by the way, a word on him. He's done such a good job over there at Oak Park High School. He won a state championship last year. I mean, he is really pumping out some talent, and he's kind of, showing that he has what it takes to be a really nice coach. And, that could be something maybe potentially in the future that either Bill Self or whoever it is in the future may want to look at him potentially to be an assistant.
Maybe a top 5 Jayhawk of all time, definitely top 10, Sharon Collins. After this, our KU football opponent outlook segment as we look at Oklahoma State, who KU will face Thanksgiving weekend to close out the regular season November 28th. That's next. ESPN Kansas City, kansasnation.com. The grind continues here on Rock Chalk Sports as we make our way through the off season. We are going to have some games here to talk about. We're going to be talking KU soccer. It is kind of crazy. It seems not that long ago that we were talking KU soccer when they had that run in the NCAA tournament. But they are kicking things off against Iowa in an exhibition on Saturday, August 8th. Central Bank, proud to sponsor us, and we are proud to have them. Tell you all about them before we get into our KU football opponent outlook. Central Bank is now offering Jayhawk checking. They've got an official Jayhawk debit card. If you like representing the bird, you can do that with the debit card. They're proud to support the traditions and communities that bring people together. As the proud community banking partner of the University of Kansas, Central Bank is committed to serving Jayhawk fans with banking options designed for real life, on campus, at work, and everywhere in between. Learn more about Jayhawk Checking and the exclusive debit card at jayhawkchecking.com. jayhawkchecking.com. Central Bank, the proud community banking partner of the University of Kansas, member FDIC. Tonight, the Phillies and Mets are in action. The only MLB teams in action, but they face each other at Citizens Bank Park. I don't know why MLB did that to them. I don't know if it's a makeup or what, but that really, really sucks, as we talked about, when everybody else gets until tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, is it in Philly?
It's in Philly, so everybody's at home still.
I mean, Sanchez doesn't have to go far.
It's still a game day. I mean, you
that
gotta.
Sucks.
Yeah. So anyway, that kicks off the second half, if you will, of the MLB season. Schwarber, Soto, and the Phillies and the Mets. Royals, they start their second half tomorrow night, hosting the San Diego Padres, who are doing Padre things. They're just being underwhelming, 48-48.
Classic
See how
Padre
the
things.
Royals kind of balance the present and the future at the trade deadline that's coming up very shortly. Dan, Kansas will take on Oklahoma State on the gridiron on November 28th, so they will not play on Black Friday like they did last year. That's probably a relief. It's also kind of nice when you don't have a home game over the last week, which is always the Thanksgiving weekend, because when you have a home game, there's always everybody goes away. Especially last year, it was a Black Friday 11 a.m. game.
Yeah.
Didn't work out ideal.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, you and I had talked about that beforehand, kind of off air. We're like, there's going to be nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, there was there was a crowd.
It was an okay show.
Yeah, it was an okay show. It was better than I anticipated, probably.
Yeah, but don't have to worry about that. KU will play their final game at home November 21st, and then Thanksgiving weekend, November 28th. It'll be the Saturday that they play, and it'll be at Boone Pickens Stadium in Stillwater.
Those Boone Pickens.
When you look at this Oklahoma State team, completely different than last year. KU beat Oklahoma State 38-21 last year, and that win moved Kansas to 5-4 in Big 12, 5-4 overall, 3-3 in Big 12 play. So you just needed one more win. but they would drop the next 3, including that heartbreaker at home to close out the season on Black Friday against Utah. Oklahoma State was not good. They went winless in conference play, and this was a year after they went 3-0 in the non-con and then lost all 9 in Big 12 play, and the wheels completely fell off. KU beat them 38-21, but they didn't do a great job on Zane Flores. He was 22 of 28 for 2 touchdowns. KU got a couple passing touchdowns out of Jalen Daniels. They won 38-21, did the Jayhawks, but it wasn't exactly beautiful to watch. Now you get a chance to go down to Stillwater, and it'll be a tough game, especially if you ask the friends of the show that we have, because Oklahoma State will at that point have their feet under them a little bit more with a new quarterback and a new coach.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Whenever you're talking about a new quarterback, a new football coach, I understand North Texas was really good last year. They had the number 1 offense in the entire nation, right? And they had the number 1 offense in scoring, number 2 in passing. I mean, just overall incredible stuff that Eric Morris was able to do. Drew Messmaker, again, a very nice college quarterback. Now, and we talked about this, like, it's just insane that Mike Gundy got fired. Like, I never thought that day would come where he winds up getting shown the door just because he's such a legend out there in Stillwater, and I thought he could ever do no wrong. But this, to me, feels like the right hire, right? I mean, that was the guy that everybody was pining over, was this Eric Morris coming from North Texas, had the number 1 offense in the nation. Drew Messmaker was, essentially the number 1 quarterback in the transfer portal. I mean, I think he was. He wound up until he obviously followed Eric Morris over to Oklahoma State. So it is going to be interesting. Just kind of a crazy story. So he didn't start any high school football games. Is this correct? I remember seeing this. Never started a game in high school because he had somebody over him. So the first time ever throwing was against Texas State in 2024 in the First Responders Bowl. He threw him for almost 400 yards, 2 touchdowns, and ran in for another one. I mean, it's so impressive. Like, this Drew Messmaker story is such a cool story. A guy who didn't even start in high school is now one of the top quarterbacks in all of the nation right now. 4,800 yards, over 4,800 yards, 36 touchdowns, had 6 rushing touchdowns. I mean, the guy really knows how to play ball. They're really fast-tempoed as well, which I think is something that the Kansas defense really needs to be kind of aware of. That's how Eric Morris really likes to play. This is going to be a whole entire new-look Oklahoma State team, right? They're bringing over Caleb Hawkins, also coming over from North Texas. 1,400 yards last year, 25 touchdowns. He caught 32 passes for 370 yards and also 4 more touchdowns as well. He has he's combining with Ayo Adie, who has a career 2,480 yards and 17 touchdowns. So that's kind of a nice little 1-2 punch they have in the backfield. Also, a whole slew of new wide receivers as well, bringing over 2 guys from North Texas, Wyatt Young and Miles Coleman. I mean, talk about chemistry there, bringing over the number 1 offense, essentially just bringing it into the Big 12 with 2 receivers and your returning quarterback as well. They brought over Justin Bowick from Illinois, a really nice wide receiver from Illinois. Wake Forest, Chris Barnes, and then they also bring over Israel Polk from Akron. So no shortage, I guess, of transfer wide receivers. But again, it's all about the chemistry and the consistency that they're going to be able to have. Right? You have 2 wide receivers that Drew Messmaker is going to be comfortable with, but the rest of them are transfers. Now you are getting them in November, so that's going to give them an entire season to build that chemistry. I understand why you could be nervous about this game, but at the same time, it's still like I don't know where you are seeing
an automatic loss.
Yeah. Like you and I are both on the same page of like
12-0.
This 12-0 is that absolutely right. This should be and could be a win for Kansas, and this could be the one that gets them over the 6-win hump to get them to bowl eligibility. Like, it's not out of the realm of possibility. I understand Eric Morris is a really good coach. Drew Messmaker, very good quarterback, right? They're bringing in everybody new. Everybody's new. It's no guarantee that they're going to be a good team.
Let's call it how it is. It's hard to do a record forecast or predictions for Kansas football when you don't know about the quarterback.
Yeah, I guess that's also fair.
Not saying that if Coach Leipold were to come out and say, A, B, or C is the quarterback for Kansas, that it'll make it easier because we don't really know what to expect from these guys. But I totally agree. Dan, the last time Oklahoma State won a Big 12 game was November 25th, 2023. They beat BYU 40-34. They've lost their last 18 Big 12 games. Why are we looking at this schedule? And I know I said this regarding the West Virginia game, and I probably said it yesterday regarding the BYU game. But why are we looking at some of these games saying Kansas isn't going to win that game? I mean, I get it. There's computers, and the computers have Kansas as a 5 or 6 win team. And, the computer's usually right. But I don't think we can just assume that other teams aren't going to have problems, or we can't assume other teams are going to be fantastic, that sort of thing. So, a lot is left to be written, and that's what we love about sports. But Oklahoma State last year lost to Tulsa 19-12. They get a rematch against Tulsa to kick off their season on September 5th. They also lost to Oregon, did OSU, 69-3, if you remember that. Oregon visits Stillwater on September 12th. It's really hard to give anything for certain regarding Oklahoma State football because they have so many new players, an ungodly amount of new players. But again, I think kind of recapping all these opponent outlooks that we've done, I think just kind of talking it through, we feel like Kansas could have more wins on the schedule than perhaps some of the national pundits think.
And it's not even like blind optimism. It's the fact that you don't know what you're going to get out of Oklahoma State. You don't know what you're going to get out of a number of different teams, right? Like West Virginia, you don't know what you're going to get out of them. I mean, there are just Baylor. You don't know what you're going to get out of DJ Lagway. You don't know if you're going to get the good or bad DJ Lagway, right? I mean, there's so many different games on this where you just go, I have no idea, but you like Kansas. You know what you're going to get out of Kansas, and I think they line up well with a lot of these different teams, Oklahoma State in particular.
KU has a lot of talented skill position guys coming in, and it's all about that quarterback. We're going to keep talking about that before Long Island comes calling on September 4th. All right, that's going to do it for Rock Chalk Sports today. Big shout out to Elijah Schmidt and Trey Myers behind the cameras helping us out today. For Dan Courtwright, Sean Kellerman saying catch us tomorrow from 4 to 6. We'll get your weekend started on Rock Chalk Sports with a full show as always. Thanks for watching live on Facebook, live on YouTube, KansasNation.com, and thanks for listening on ESPN Kansas City.